Okay, no, we're not gonna start the video like this. I'm gonna take these out and then we're gonna start the video.
Hey, my plums and my girls all over the world. I'm back. I don't think I've ever done a get ready with me, so I hope you guys like this video. I'm back to yap and get ready for work. Let me put my hair up. Yes, I'm back in the workforce. I am rejoining the 9 to 5 cult. And this one is like real, okay? This one is like really 8 to 5. This is not my part-time, nothing. Like, okay, this is a real 8 to 5 job and I'm sick. I am struggling so bad with this. Everything happens for a reason, and this is the stage of life that I'm at right now. So I'm doing everything I can to embrace it and to continue to work on myself and find time to create, even though that can be extremely difficult, as you guys know, when you have a 9 to 5. And if you work a 9 to 5 right now and you watch my channel, you're probably the type of person who doesn't want to be working that 9 to 5. And I am in a stage of my life right now where, again, yes, this is the stage of life I'm in. Right now in my life, I know that I have to do something that's going to make me uncomfortable to get to where I want to go. And I need a fast way to save up a lot of money for this project that I'm working on, and also as a part of my business. So I'm gonna do what I need to do to save up this lump sum of money so that I can put it toward the thing that's important to me. Because once I'm able to save up this money and then put it towards the project I'm working on, I will be freeing myself. So this is a part of a plan. And that's why I wanted to film this video, because if you're an entrepreneurial type of person, if you're a person who doesn't want to work a 9 to 5, it's the intention that matters. And I'm going to talk about my intention with working a job and finding time to be a creative. My intention through this process is what's going to keep me sane. So I've already done my skincare. I put on some under eye cream so that I can do my concealer. I always want to put under eye cream on before I do my concealer, but this is the last step before I like put makeup on. I always put this stuff on before I put on makeup. It is red bean water gel. It is literally my holy grail, okay? And as you can see, I'm literally about to run out. Like, it's so sad. But I use this every day. Even if I don't wear makeup, I use it because it is for skincare. But it is a great primer. And I always put it on before I put makeup on my face. So like I said, I can't go into too much depth about the projects that I'm working on and the things that I'm doing, because I want you guys to see them play out, and you guys are going to be in on the whole process. And when it drops, and you guys are going to be like, I knew she was probably going to do something like that. But it's a suspense, okay? But basically, if you guys know what's going on in my life right now, and hold on, I cannot talk while I do my eyebrows. Although I do have goals that I'm trying to reach, and I'm using the system, not conforming to the system. I'm using the system to my advantage. And although I'm doing that, and I know that everything that's happening is for a reason, and that I might need to work a job that I don't like for a little bit to make sure that I can sustain myself and pay my bills while I'm focusing on my creative career. Because as a creative, that's the reality of doing something that you love. You're rebelling against society. You're going against the norm. You're doing things that other people don't think that you can do, don't think that they can do, and don't see people doing normally, even though it's literally all around us. You're gonna have to make those sacrifices where you might have to work jobs that you don't like in order to reach your goals, in order to sustain yourself, and also to fund what you're trying to build. And that's the stage that I'm at right now. And it's painful. It's pretty painful because of my strong reluctance to conform to society, but forcing myself and having to in some way conform. It's really painful for a person like me. 9 to 5 jobs and working in general dysregulates the fuck out of my nervous system, like severely dysregulates me. And I have to put so much effort into maintaining my spiritual practices and doing like somatics and making sure I get outside and making sure that my life doesn't just consist of going to work, eating, going to bed, and going back to work, because that puts my nervous system out of whack. And once my nervous system is out of whack, every day at my job is going to feel like hell, because I'm more susceptible to panic attacks when my nervous system is out of whack, and I'm on constant grind, and I haven't taken any time to like sit with myself and calm myself down. And that's usually what happens when I'm at jobs. And so I've never really stayed at a job for more than 3 years. My first job I ever had, I stayed there for 3 years. And then after that, I haven't stayed at a job for more than a year because I can't. My nervous system is extremely disrupted by that. My whole everything. It goes against everything that I am, everything I believe in. It bothers me so much because I spent so much time trying to force myself to be like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. But why am I pushing away my feelings and saying that I need to be doing better because my body is literally feeling the way that it's feeling? That's not my fault. Obviously, my body is trying to tell me how I feel internally. And that's never wrong. Your body telling you and trying to communicate with you how you're feeling internally because you've been ignoring it, that's not wrong. It's society that's wrong, because I know that I'm not meant to be working dead-end jobs. I know I'm not meant for that. And this is not how life is supposed to be. And deep down, I know this. And that's why it bothers me so much that so many people have to deal with it. And if you enjoy your job, then that's great. You enjoy your job and it's something that you want to do. There's plenty of jobs that are actually doing stuff for society and that are needed. But there's a lot of people working jobs and being miserable and killing themselves every day and still not able to make ends meet, still having to choose between groceries and gas. That's the society that we live in. And they know that people are struggling, but no prices are going down. All of the prices are going up and minimum wage is not going up. And so with the economy being so bad and the job market being so bad, nobody wants to give anybody jobs. It's like at this point, you might as well pursue your creative endeavors, because eventually you might as well go ahead and pursue your creative endeavors because you have nothing to lose. You only have to gain because of how bad the economy is right now, because how bad the job market is right now. These prices are not going down. Food prices are not going down. Gas prices are not going down. Everything is going to continue to go up. And so you have to believe in yourself and be like, I can make money from doing what I love. And I might not have to quit my job right now. I might not be able to quit my job right now, but I can work on my creative endeavors as a side hustle and build it up and make more money on the side, even if you don't want to quit your job. I still think that everybody should be doing something for themselves, because these companies do not care about you. Like the 9-to-5 cult is crazy to me. Like it's a cult to me. It's a cult, okay? These companies don't care about you. You guys are doing everything in your power to push and grind and to grab these promotions, and these companies could give a shit about you. Like, why am I getting in trouble? Because I was sick. Why do I have to tell my boss that I need time off to live my own life? I don't want to live like that. I'm not going to live like that. But the reason that I'm being forced to conform is because I have bills to pay, I have food that I need to eat, and I need to be able to sustain myself. And I'm not going to stick to that. I'm not going to just join the 9-to-5 cult and stay there. No, this video is about intention and nonconformity, okay? My intention is to stay rebellious, because me being creative, me being an artist, and me wanting to own my own business and pay myself, be paid to be myself, is rebellion. And I am the crown of the rebellious, okay? I've been rebellious since I was in school, okay? I never liked school, never really fit in. I was always getting in trouble because the school system is just shit, and I just was not happy there. I was never fitting in, not just with my peers, but just with school in general. I never felt like it was right, basically. And that's why I used to act out, and I didn't know why. But now that I'm older, I understand why. And it's the same reason that I don't want to go to work. I want to work. I'm a very hardworking person. I don't want to work for people that don't care about me and for companies that don't care about me either. Companies that I didn't build, that I don't have any share in these companies, but they want to take so much of my life from me. No. Every time I do like get regular with me, it's like, because I used to do these on TikTok, like literally, I just forget the next step. If you're miserable working a 9-to-5 job right now, just know that it's temporary. It's your mindset on things. It's your mindset on life and your perception that will change the quality of your life. And if you're working a 9-to-5 job right now that you hate, just know that it's temporary and set an intention for what you want to do with this job, right? If you plan to leave your job, how long do you plan to stay there? What do you plan to do? How much money are you going to save up? Because if you don't know any of these things, you're going to be stuck there for longer. And because I know all of these things, I know the sum of money that I'm going to save up. I know the amount of time that I'm planning to be at this job. I know what I'm going to do once I leave this job. There's a plan set forth for me. There's an intention. There's a goal. Because if I don't have that, I'm just going to be dilly-dallying and clocking in and out every day. And that's not happening for me. The consequence of not locking in is clocking in for the rest of your life. If you don't make the decision to become the person that you want to become and not conform to the person society wants you to be, that's your decision to make. And it's your choices every day, little or small, that are going to create the life that you want to be living. So whether you have to work a job that you hate or whether you work a job that you love, it's up to you to change your reality. I'm not going to sit up here and complain about 9-to-5 jobs and say that they don't do anything for anybody. Of course they do. Every person is different. Some people want to work 9-to-5 jobs. People want to work their part-time job. That's completely okay. The lives that I'm trying to live and the person I want to become is not for everybody, but there's a select people who have entrepreneur mindsets, who want to create. That is not the right step. It's contour. I'm talking to a specific set of people who want a different type of life for themselves. And you have to set an intention within your 9-to-5. You have to set an intention, just like you should set an intention every day, even before you go to work. And when you get off of work, regulate yourself and meditate and remind yourself that this is not going to be forever, because it's painful. I know for me, it's painful. I come home from work and I know how to code switch, and I've gotten that down to the point where it's like, okay, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to decompress, and I'm code switching. I'm going into my creative work. I'm going into family time. I'm not focused on the fact that I'm so upset that I had to go to work today and I have to go to work tomorrow. That's also important too, because I understand you guys and understand that working a 9-to-5 job sucks. And there's so many people, so many YouTube videos of people who are like, I can't work a 9-to-5 job. But you can't sit up and complain about it constantly either, because the reality is that's just what your reality is right now. It's not going to be forever, but we can't just sit up here and just complain and just froth in our unhappiness. We have to make moves. I'm making moves. I'm doing what I need to do right now, but trust I won't be doing this forever, because very soon I'm going to have everything that I want. That's the mindset that's going to take you there. I feel like on the camera, it looks like I have on more blush than I actually have on. I put on my blush before I do concealer and then I contour. This is actually a method that a makeup artist made. I don't know what her name is, but a couple years ago, I seen this method where basically you do all the outer layers first and then you put concealer on top of everything and it blends everything together. It's like perfect, and it gets my makeup done like that very, very fast. And so I do not have blush blindness, okay? It's gonna mellow out. I don't know if it just, in the viewfinder, it just looks so bright, but in real life, it does not look like that. So I just want you guys to know, don't be like, oh my gosh, blush blindness, no. And with being in a 9-to-5, the other important thing is consistency and discipline within yourself. you know you're going to have less time to work on your art, to work on your music. You know you're going to have less time to do that. But you have to schedule your life and sacrifice things to be able to work on the things that are important to you. That might mean less time with friends. That might mean sacrificing other fun things or other things that you might want to do because you want to focus and work on your music. You want to focus on the creative endeavor because you know you're going to have to be to work tomorrow early. Maybe you wake up a couple hours earlier to work on something. I do that all the time. Maybe you stay up later, which I choose which one's best for you because I know that I need my sleep. If I stay up too late, it's not gonna be good for anybody, okay? Or maybe on the weekend you can't go out to the movies with your friend group because you need to focus on getting out of your job, and that's going to take a lot of effort. That's going to take a lot of your time. Being an entrepreneur is hard. It is not an easy road, and there's so many people who don't want to take that risk, and so many people who just simply don't want to put in that much work, and that's okay. But if you're that person who wants to be more, who wants to have more, and you're in a 9-to-5 right now, you got to make sacrifices for the life that you're trying to build. You got to make sacrifices for yourself, for the love of yourself. It's self-love at the end of the day. What do you want out of this life? And if it's not what you're living right now, you can change that. I always use these two concealers. I love Neutrogena. I posted a video like a month ago at this point. I don't know when it was, but I was like, I'm out of my job and I quit. I literally couldn't do that job anymore. It was literally too much, okay? When I started having panic attacks at work, that's when I know it's wraps. And I'm also neurodivergent, so if you have autism, ADHD, working at jobs is so much harder. And it's a struggle that not a lot of people understand. And I was also dealing with that on top of the fact that I know I want to be an artist full time and I was having less time to create, and it was just a lot going on. So eventually that's going to happen to me, but I'm going to try my best to stay disciplined and to work on the things that I'm trying to work on and not allow my job to take so much energy from me. Protect your energy. Yeah. Protect your energy when you're at work as well. And also remember, if you want to have time and energy to work on your creative endeavors, you have to give less energy to something else. Everything in your life requires some form of your energy. It requires something from you. Everything in your life is taking something from you. And so your job doesn't need all of that energy that you could be putting into your creative work. Because if you put all your energy into your job, trying to be the best one and compete with all your coworkers, because that's what these companies want, okay? That's what they want. They literally want you. That's why they're at work talking about, oh, the family, the work family, we're a family. And then you got people competing against each other for promotions and all this other crap. Like, they're creating these dynamics, okay? And you do not have to conform to these dynamics, okay? These are your coworkers. You might have friends at the office, like a lot of people do, okay? I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna make friends, but remember where you're headed. Remember, do not lose track of yourself and do not lose track of your goals and what you're trying to do. Don't lose track of, you're not trying to fight for promotions and be the best worker. You're trying to do your job and go home and work on your main job, which is your creative passion, and continue to put most of your energy toward that. Don't do like such a bad job that you lose your job. But like, you're putting in too much energy. Like, that's not protecting your energy, as well as from your coworkers, okay? Like, your coworkers aren't your friends. They're not your friends. They are your coworkers, okay? They are your coworkers. Stop calling your coworkers your friends. If you genuinely have a friend that is a coworker, that's because you guys hang out outside of work. You guys are genuinely friends. You guys are not just friends at work. If you're just friends at work, that's your coworker, okay? If you don't know anything about this person or the things that they get into while they're outside of work, that's not your friend, okay? Y'all need to be careful who y'all are calling friends. And this is also a part of protecting your energy while you're at work, okay? The intention, this is all behind the intention. I'm putting all of this behind my intention. My intention is to go here, do my job, save up a lots of dough, stack up my bread, and put that toward what I'm trying to do in life. and protecting my energy and staying focused on my goals and not getting wrapped up in the office banter and being friends with coworkers and trying to get promotions and raises. I'm not getting wrapped up in that, because I could be making $20 an hour now when I'm going to make that in 20 minutes, $20 in 5 minutes. That's what I'm trying to be on. I'm not going to conform and be bantering and lollygalling and frolicking with the people who want to make $20 an hour. It shouldn't take an hour to make $20. Where am I at in the routine? I don't know. I just did conceal it, right? Okay, eyes. So little mascara. I usually just wear clear mascara every day, but when I want to do a little something extra, then I put on my clear mascara first and then I go in with another mascara. So it's like a mascara primer. This is from CoverGirl. This is actually my favorite mascara. I don't use CoverGirl products that much, but I love the clear mascara. I've re-upped. If I re-up on a product, I know I like it, okay? The main makeup products I use, the main companies, are Neutrogena, Milani, NYX, and e.l.f. Those are the main companies I use. I have a little bit of L'Oreal and CoverGirl sprinkled in here, okay? But the main things are Milani, e.l.f., Neutrogena, and NYX. I have a lot of NYX products. So NYX and e.l.f. are probably the most ones, and Milani. I just don't use Milani as much because I was using Milani so much when I was like a beat my face girl. Like I was beating my face down, not just a little clean girl look like I do now every day, but like a down beat. I was using a lot of Milani, but I still use some Milani. But lip products are all over the place. I have so many different lip products. I'm trying to get on the Fenty train. I know, don't come for me, but I'm like not on the Fenty train. I don't think I have any Fenty products right now, and I don't know if I've owned any. I have I don't know. I am trying to get on the Fenty lip train, so that I will be doing. So if you guys can recommend any Fenty lip products, put them in the comments below, and I am gonna try them out because I love my lip combos. So I am interested in that. Like makeup, I don't know. I just stick to what I know. Especially now because I don't wear as much makeup. Like my routine is about to be over right now, and this is actually more than I even do on a regular basis. But I just wanted to yap with the girls, okay? Because so many of you guys are like me, and I'm so glad I've attracted and built such a like-minded audience. You guys DM me and you're like, I want to do what you're doing. I want to be a content creator. I want to be paid to be me. I want to be an entrepreneur and all of these things. I'm like, keep on the train with me because we're gonna get there. You guys are literally seeing my journey in 4K along the process. Like you guys are here with me, and right now you're watching this video and you're like, okay, she's joining the 9-to-5 cult. Unfortunately, she's going back to the work sector. She's stacking up her dough. Unfortunately, that's just what life is right now. But in a couple of months, in a year from now, you guys are gonna see what these sacrifices are going to build for me. And I just want that for you guys too. So that's why I'm making this video, and I'm sharing my advice and sharing my life and sharing my lessons and sharing my speak with you guys about how I'm thinking about joining the job sector again, how I'm going into this part of my life. I have dominion over myself. I can be intentional with life, and I can get the things that I want out of life, even if I have to work a job I don't really want to work. And it's really like not that bad. I definitely chose something that's not that bad so I can save more of my energy. But I definitely have less time. But I'm just trusting the process. You got to trust your own process. You got to be in that mental mind where you're like, I'm delusional, honey. I don't care what it looks like right now. I'm going to have everything that I want, period. And putting myself on systems and routines. Your systems and routines are what you're going to fly or die by, period. You need systems, you need routines, because you have habits and you could be trying to build habits and build new routines, but at the end of the day, every single time you're going to fall to your systems. Your systems are the things that you do on a daily basis, what you naturally incline to. Those are the things that you need to change, okay? Those habits, those routines. The routines and the systems are what are going to be important for me to make sure that I'm sticking to, so that I can make sure that I have time to work on myself, and that it's not just to work, eat, and over again, because that's what drains you. It's the constant Work, come home, eat, sleep, work again, work, sleep, eat, work, sleep, eat. That is the routine that drains you. You have to be doing something other than that. You have to get off work and go for a bike ride. Do something. You have to fill your life with other things other than work. Do I want to do eyeliner on my eye? Honestly, no. I'm just gonna put on mascara. This is the Big Mood e.l.f. of course mascara. I love this mascara. I love this mascara and the Milani mascara. I didn't run out of the Milani. I just haven't used it in a while because this mascara is everything. Staying active as well. If you work an office job, you need to be staying active. I was actually thinking that maybe I could go do a little workout on my lunch break, you know, because I know me and I know after work I'll probably be painting or something. And so the odds of me going to the Y are slim to none. So I should do it in the middle of the day. Especially because my lunch break is still closer to the morning time. And in the morning time is when I have the most energy. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm a morning person. I see ya, sweet old love of mine. Shout out to you if you know where that's from. You guys saw at the beginning I put on a lip tint. Now I'm just gonna take a pad and like wipe it off and then do like a combo. That helps so much because then it's like I don't have to put anything in the middle of my lips. I don't have to have an extra complicated lip combo unless I want to. Some days I just want to be extra, but I love my little Hello Kitty lip tint. Milani. I'm literally scraping this. It's like literally gone. This is my Holy Grail highlighter. I've been using this for years, literally. Glossier Play. The best highlighter I have ever owned, hands down. Okay, Glossier 8. That is the only Glossier product I have. And I think it's the only one I ever get. I don't know. I've never used any other Glossier products, but maybe I should. Maybe I should because I love this highlighter. I'm willing to play around with the Glossier. I always put too much on my nose. Well, that's it. Usually I put rose water over my face. That's like my setting spray, but it's not in here right now. So we're just gonna skip that. Really hope that you guys enjoyed and that you guys took something from this. Basically, I'm going back to work and I hate that for me, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. And the intention is important behind everything that you do. And you should always have intention behind what you do so that you can always have a good outcome. And I know some people say, if I don't expect anything, then I won't be disappointed. But this is not one of those things, okay? Set expectations and set goals for yourself. And you're gonna do fine, you're gonna do great. You're not gonna be at that dead-end job forever. You're not gonna be working for Starbucks forever, okay? You're gonna make it and you're gonna do things that are amazing. And you're gonna be everything that you wanna be because it's possible. Everything is possible. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I'm gonna go put on my work clothes and get ready to go. I love you, I love you, I love you guys. Don't look at my nails, I need to do them, but bye, bye my love. swear like by half the day, my mascara is gonna be coming down here and I'm gonna look dead.